Hey everyone, it's Pat from patdavidmusic, and if you're wondering why I'm in a floral shirt and I'm wearing sunglasses, it's because in Australia it is very hot over summer. It gets to degrees of anywhere between 30 degrees and 45 degrees, and it is just painfully, brutally hot. The sort of temperature where you just walk outside and instantly you're sunburnt. Or at least if you have Irish heritage like I do, you instantly get sunburnt even from these light bulbs. Just kidding. How are you? It's so good to see you. It's been a little while since we've had a video. So happy my massive 4-hour one finger riff video is up. And if you haven't seen it, it looks like this, but there's actually another one I did a year ago, about the same day a year ago as well, with another 100. So if you're just getting into guitar or you want to learn some riffs, you now have 200 riffs. Now if you're thinking, that's so many riffs, how am I going to learn them all? There's a book that you can download from the description for free. Just print it out yourself or save it to your desktop or leave it in like an internet browser like Chrome or Safari or whatever. And you can just follow along with the video or skip to whichever particular artist you want to listen to. But really happy that that's finally out. So thank you so much for checking it out. Now, if you've watched any of my videos in the last month or month and a half, you might know that I sort of had a really bad accident and broke or tore several ligaments and muscles in my ankle, so still in the recovery phase. So if you're wondering, hey, why are you sitting in a wheelchair? That's where I am at the moment. So it's still too painful to walk around, too painful to use crutches, so a wheelchair is the easiest thing. I'm gonna make an entire video on what it's like being in a wheelchair and how hard it is, and even though I'm very lucky, I'll only have this for a month or so, still I thought I'd sort of take some time just to talk about it and my experiences, because it's been brutal, but hey, it can always be worse, so I'm very lucky. Now, what I thought I'd sort of talk about is the One Finger Riff video series. Now, that's a series that I first started 3.5 years ago, so we've been going for a long time. And how it happened is I used to teach a lot of beginners, and at the end of the first lesson, I would always want students to be, regardless of age, these could be kids or people, retirees in their 60s and 70s. I've had students of all ages, and I would always want them to feel really accomplished. And by the end of the first lesson, so only half an hour or an hour, I'd want them to be able to play a riff. The reason why is I always wanted students to feel super empowered, like they can conquer the world, like they've just spent an hour and they can already start playing a song. Now, a riff is not an entire song. It's just sort of one sort of repeating rhythmic pattern in a song. But I find the way that I teach the easiest way that you can just start picking up songs. And once you sort of can start learning those riffs, you can start teaching yourself power chord versions, full chord versions, bar chord versions, and then start learning, the entire version of the song, not just that one part. But the whole point of the series is just to have fun and get you actually picking up your guitar. Myself included, some days I really don't want to play guitar, and then I'll listen to a song on my headphones and I'll go, whoa, that's a cool riff, that's a cool melody. And then, I'll teach myself how to play the melody, and suddenly I'll just be jamming for an hour just because it's fun, and it gets you sort of out of that habit of, looking at the guitar and thinking, where do I start today? There's so much to do. So that's why we have that One Finger Riff series. Is it going anywhere? Am I going to stop teaching it? Well, no. So no, it's always going to be around. It's a once a month thing. However, the series will evolve as we go on. So each year I'm going to take subtle sort of tweaks and changes to the series to make it better for me to create and to make it better for you to view. So I haven't sort of worked out what tweaks we will make for next year, but certainly each year that we do this series, it will change ever so slightly. So that series is not going anywhere, and if you've got any song suggestions, I'm gonna create another video where I ask you for all of your song suggestions, and I'll come up with a few ways how we're gonna change that series together in the next week or so. So have a bit of a listen to music, get your riff ideas, because I'm actually gonna delete everything off that riff list, and we're going to start a new list with your suggestions. So please don't write any comments about songs you want to learn in this video, but in another video coming up very soon. But I just want to say thank you so much for your support, because certainly this incident and being, had to go into hospital, and if you're curious about the medical procedure that I had, here's the name of it, and there's a link in the description. I won't go into the gory details because it's pretty hectic what happened, and when I was in hospital, I might actually make a video about when I was in hospital, but it all went really well, and at the end of the day, being forced to have a few weeks downtime and 2 weeks just stuck in bed with my foot in the air, it it actually it allowed me to think a little bit clearly about things that I've been putting off for a little while. So I'm really excited, and there'll be another Happy New Year video coming out in the next few days. Other than that, how are you? How was your Christmas? Even though I was supposed to be in bed, I snuck out on Christmas Day for a few hours to see my family. Didn't drink any alcohol or party or anything like that, because I can't because of all the medications that I'm on. But it was just so nice to just sit in a chair, have my leg halfway up the air and just see my family. What did you do this Christmas? Let me know. I'm in Australia. How do you celebrate Christmas where you are in the world? Let me know. Or if you do other celebrations than Christmas, I'd love to hear about it. Thank you so much for your support. I'll see you in a couple of days and you'll know exactly what we're doing next year, which I'm really excited about. Talk to you soon.